What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, do all that liking, hitting the bells and all that stuff. Today we're going to be flashing back to when I was able to put the fuel system, finish putting the fuel system together, and we try starting the car. We will work on putting these Russell fittings on. Kind of hard to see, I know, because it's dark, because we got a bunch of snow for some reason. I got a 90-degree fitting, and I got this quick connect, but now I realize these plastic ones sometimes fail, so I'm just going to use this temporarily until I can get a metal one, and I'm only going to use this one on the fuel rail side. Just to see if I could get it started. I mean, I have a whole bunch of stuff over there, it's just temporary. So I want to see if I can get this started. But I went ahead and started one of the fittings on the hose. When I do the, I'm going to get this one tightened down, and then I'll show you how to do the other one. It's super simple. What you do is you have a piece of your line, you'll tape it off, cut it so it doesn't fray, and then you get this, you get the tape off. You have your connector, and this is the side that goes into the tubing, and this is the side that goes on the side. So it goes, the hose goes through here as the hole goes through, and then inside the tubing will spread the hole out and tighten down to give it a nice seal. Now that I got the tape off, we will get this slid up inside. Okay, and because it's black on black, it's really hard to see. So I was using a toothpick, just lightly going down and checking right after the threads if I felt the actual hose there. Okay, and once it's seated on, you have the tip, and you'll get some lube, whatever they have. I'm just using a little bit of oil just to be able to get it started through that tubing. I'm not overly stressed about it. It's just to get it the seat well. And you'll want to make sure that your tubing is not coming out. So you can put a piece of tape on there, however you want. You can see how that was pushing out. So I need to get that seated in better, which means I'm gonna go grab my toothpick so I can make sure it's actually in there. Well, I guess it didn't want to record that last one, but I mean, it should be fairly easy to figure out. What you do, again, is you put in the base onto the hose, and then you push it down as far as it'll go. Then you'll slip the insert through, adding a little oil on it, or a little assembly lube, or whatever they gave you. I just put some little motor oil on just to get it started. Torque it down, put a towel on a vise, or use their specialty tool, tighten down the top one, and then torque down the bottom. So now we're going to get this on up over here. I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take the fuel rail, the normal line off the fuel rail that I wanted to use, and line it up and get it all, I'm not cutting it or trimming or anything, I'm just going to slap it on there. I want to just see if it'll start. I'm going to prime the fuel pump and check for leaks. If there's no leaks, then try to give it a start. So I have the fuel line connected. It's rather long, but I'll run this for now because I still got to figure out a location I want to put that. I got all the spark plugs in. All I got to do is plug in the fuel pump fuse, and let's see if it'll prime and check for leaks. Fuse is in. Let's turn the accessories on and hear the fuel pump. All right, I need to give a quick check for anything fuel that I know might be leaking. I don't, just it primed, so might not even be in here, but I'm just checking. All right. Well, let's give this a crank, see if it'll start. What was really hard to come across was exactly how loud the engine was over the camera. It clips off all the high points, and it was, I mean, open header V8, it was extremely loud. I put everything together, it started up, I mean, relatively quickly, as you saw, and it was awesome. Are you recording? As you could see in this video, or as you could see in, not now, but the video they were showing, it was snowing, and that was because, you know, I shot a whole bunch of footage, was able to get the car to where I wanted to, and then I started, you know, trickling out the footage, and it's taken this long, 7 months later, 8 months later, and, you know, I'm finally getting it started. I do have a bunch more coming, stay tuned, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.